one side, right? So I just faced off where my Z was at, so obviously it's gonna do it. If I haven't yet, I have to still go back to common machine, setup, go to assembly, go to table, under axes, A, new axis. Remember, type.
Yeah, don't forget this part.
Rotary,
It's very important.
Right? And this axis vector on X, it's 1. Correct? So now, I created that one. So now I'm going to go to B. I'm going to click. Now instead of it being on X1, I'm going to take that to 0. And on Y, I'm going to put 1. And this one's going to be, I'm going to label it as B now. Right? Still rotary. Oh, it didn't do A. So hold on. You have to hit A. 1 point. Make that 0. Now when you click new axis, that's when it's going to take it. So hit new axis. Now I created it, right? Same thing with B. I'm going to create B. The label's going to switch to B. Put this at 0. Change this to 1. Once I hit new axis, boom, it created that one too. That one, this one we're going to delete. I don't know what the hell that is. So we have A and we have B, correct? So whenever it gives you that alarm, hey, I can't rotate there because it's an invalid axis, this is your problem, right? You either didn't create the axes, or on type, you left it as linear, or on X, you had 1 inch on both of them, instead of having 1 inch on X, and then 1 inch on Y.
So you can do that after you draw, or you want to do that in the beginning?
Yeah, you can do it
whenever.
As long as when you run a
For
simulator,
your machine.
it's not going to want to do it because of that. Now, if you create your chains and you don't have that on yet, you might have to go back to system default all, because that's what Corey had when it was milling through the part, because it was on the linear, right? So you would have to go back to that chain that you made, the operation, put system default all, so it erases what it had on there, and then create it again.
Before you start chains, then you do that.
Yeah, pretty much.
So is
All right, so at this point, I'm gonna hit OK. So I created them, right? So now, let's say I wanted to do this one, right? Same way, guys, this is what I'm telling you. You wanna have this separated, right? So I'm gonna take off my solder part. I'm gonna come in here, and I'm gonna grab this one, this one, this one, and this one. It's okay if you copy it, because it's gonna keep the bottom one, and then you can just delete the top one if you want, right? So I'm gonna right click, copy, translate it, but this time from that face, I'm only gonna translate it 5,000s, correct? So 0.005. And I'm gonna keep copy on because I don't wanna lose the other line, or I can take it off if I want, and when I smash it again, it's gonna reappear. So it's either or, guys, right? Tomato or tomato. So once I hit OK, don't know what happened. What happened?
Multitasking.
Oh, I don't think I actually put it. Let me make my UIV over here now.
Oh, so you got to move that each time you do that.
Yeah, because it's working on that plane.
Okay.
So we're gonna pick that one. So I'm gonna select my first plane, select my second plane, boom, it's right there, right? But if I see my W is my Z, it's going in, right? So if I don't like that, I just turn on my solid, I click this again, and I'll just highlight. Why is that happening?
okay, you can put
I just highlight it there, and then it comes up there now, right? So push that one, hit control and just touch the 4 lines that you need. Right click, copy, we're gonna translate it on Z, hit OK.
Now, how are you supposed to separate? You have to like zoom in a lot to
Yeah,
separate.
you see, there it is right there. So they're not touching though, right? So if I hit shift and I just hit that one, well, that one's already highlighted, right? So I can just make my chain from there. Create features, make my chain, auto chain, boom, it made it, right? Now, since that's still highlighted, the chain's not actually highlighted, right? The lines are. So if I didn't want it no more, oh, it didn't let me do it. But you would just hit delete. So if I didn't want that though, I would just highlight chain, come down here, put that on the chain. I might as well put this on the toolbar, toolpath. Put this one on chain. So now if I take off my chains, if I zoom in, I see that line that's in front, right? Hit shift, highlight it. If I didn't want it no more, hit delete. And you took it off, right? But my chain is still there, correct?
Very nice.
So it's not under my geo no more, but there's my chain, right? So then these are what my slots. So I'll rename this as 2, and then I'll put slot facing slot. Enter. So now I just gotta come over here, go to facing. Most of this is gonna stay the same. You could push this in default all if that makes you happy, but hit OK. So now when I go, okay, so it didn't catch this because of the pentagon, right? That was sticking out. Okay, quick fix. So if that's the case, okay, because you see how this one came all the way over here, right? So the way to fix that is we would have to delete this one, take that one off. I would probably just delete that line and then delete the bottom line. And then I would most likely delete this line too, because then it's going to cause me problems. But come here. Why isn't it letting me?
It's all messed up now.
Grab that. It's not letting me grab it. Why? Alright, so I'm going to intersect this one and this one. Create that point. Hit 0. Alright, so the same thing down here. Select that one and that one. Get that point. So that's 0. Hit 0. Alright, now I'm just going to trim the ones that I don't need. So now, if I hit this line, this, nope, not that one, this one, and this one. Now I'm going to create my chain on that one. Correct? So now when I do my facing,
Oh, look at that.
too easy.
Would you look at that?
Too easy. So I would do this on each face. So get the facing operations down first, guys. Like I said, normally you would face off all of the cube. Have the respect that if somebody's showing you something, you stop and you look up here. Because I'm tired of repeating myself 5 different times. Whenever it rotates, let's say I faced, and then it rotated and it faced, right? If it's hitting, you have to go here to links. Right here, it's telling you clearance. How much of a clearance you're gonna go after it faces, right? normally by default, this is at 0.1. So sometimes at 0.1, it's not enough clearance for it to rotate. Here's where you gotta switch those numbers, because you're telling it, hey, return to plane and retract to it, right? So it's retracting to that plane. If I have a 0.1 there, and I was left on this position, and the cube hits it while it's rotating, I don't have enough clearance, right? So we have to switch this value so it has a bigger clearance on it. That's it. Alright. Let's say, I don't even have this, right? I'm gonna delete it all.
Uh-oh.
Boom, that easy, right? I get my solid, I click on it. Right click, copy, smash. Okay. Now if I take out my solid, yes, there's a bunch of lines, right? All I gotta do, let's say I was working on this face up here, right? All I gotta do is rotate it up there, highlight these lines, delete them. Now, I'm just working with that. That easy. To get them back. Oh, well, you say it's my lines though. Okay, take them all off. Get your solid again. Smash it again. Guess what? I got all my lines again. Let's say I want to do another face. That was my right face, and I want to do the left one. Okay, let's say I want these values. Zoom out. Grab it from here. Take it over there. Delete those. Look at that. Now I'm just working with these.
It will work face at a time.
Huh? Mm-hmm. That's like taking it down to just one part at a time, and that's it. And but you guys are so scared of erasing your lines that y'all knew, I don't want to, I would hard to have those.
They won't come back.
Just quit. And easy. Why am I gonna have hundreds of lines on there and click the wrong one and be arguing with it when I could just get it back real quick?